Good evening, everyone. We'll be starting in just a few minutes. Just gotta work out some technical difficulties I'm having. One sec. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our May meeting. As you know, May is All Cancer Awareness Month. And so we've been recognizing all cancers. And so tonight we will focus on health and general wellness. But before we get started, we will open with a prayer.
Hi, Rochelle. I see
record.
letting up feedback.
I don't know why.
Dr. Holiday, can you
Because you have both open, close one of the links.
Pardon? You're muted.
Okay,
Yay?
now that's better. It's better. Okay.
Okay.
Don't let
Recording
me
in
press.
progress.
Okay, go ahead.
Aaron, can you give us a prayer, please, since you're on? Thank you.
Okay, Heavenly Father, we thank you for this night. We thank you that this month is All Cancer Awareness Month. We thank you that the Cancer Society is spreading the word, educating the public on the early detection, prevention, treatment, and healthy lifestyle living. Thank you tonight for the speaker that is about to bring us a powerful presentation that we can take away and start living a healthy lifestyle. Thank you, Lord, for all those that are on the call, and may this information resonate in our heart, mind, and soul. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Aaron. Sorry to put you on the spot like that, but thank you for that very, very powerful prayer. Once again, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. We look forward to a very enlightening evening shared with everyone. But before we begin, do we have anyone celebrating birthdays, anniversaries, milestones, anything you want to share with the group? Please feel free to either open your mics and let us know what you're celebrating, or if you put it in the chat, we'll read it for you.
Hi, this is Jackie Gibson from Eleuthera.
Hi,
And
Jackie from Eleuthera.
hello. So my milestone is I am so blessed, honored, and delighted to say that after over a year of treatment, I rang the bell 2 weeks ago today, and I can tell you I am just so happy. I'm blessed, I'm inspired, and I know that God has planted me to be an inspiration for others. So I'm so delighted to say that I've rang the bell, so I'm officially a survivor.
Congratulations, Jackie. We're so happy for you. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. Very, very happy to hear your news. And yes, that is indeed quite a milestone. And I've known you for a number of years, Jackie, and you're always an inspiration to others. And I'm sure that you will be even more so now that you have your whole story and your journey to share. So thank you for sharing that with us.
My pleasure, and thank you for your kind words.
Gina Gonzalez Rolle said in the chat, that's awesome, Jackie. God is good. And yes, he is indeed. Thank you for that. Any others? Well, we're on a roll. No one else sharing? Okay. Somebody else saying congrats, Jackie. So yes, we are all sharing in your joy with you. Next, we will have our announcements. I will do those for you. As you know, this is All Cancer Awareness Month. And so last week, Sunday, we went to, on the 4th of May, we went to church as a group at Calvary Bible Church on Collins Avenue with Senior Pastor Robert Elliott. We had a wonderful sermon with him. And Friday the 9th was Game Friday Trivia. And today we're having our monthly general meeting. This coming Friday, May 16th, is Game Friday Jelly Beans Guessing Game. Guess the correct number of jelly beans and win a prize. So I guess you have to go into the Cancer Caring Center to participate in that. And on the 23rd of May, which is, I think, the following Friday, we have a tour and breakfast during the hours of 9 and 11 a.m. at the Cancer Caring Center. Come and enjoy a tour and share a continental breakfast with our staff and guests there. If you've never been there, this is a good time to come and see what we offer at our wonderful Cancer Caring Center. So go on down and meet our staff, tour our facility, and have some breakfast. And as you know, coming up on the 24th of May, Saturday the 24th, is our 23rd annual ball under the theme, The Royal Ball, Timeless Elegance in the Imperial Ballroom at Atlantis. Cocktails start at 6:30 and I think dinner at 8. So tickets, I think, are still available. You can contact any of our committee members or call the Cancer Caring Center if you're interested in tickets or if you want to make a donation or sponsor the ball. Feel free to reach out to somebody at our Caring Center. And closing out the month on the 30th of May, we have another Game Friday, Spin the Wheel to win wonderful prizes. I think it has a time there, 10 to 3. So make sure. Sorry, somebody say something? I thought somebody's making an announcement. So yeah, lots of activities going on during this month. So feel free to join our team there and participate in one or many of those wonderful events they have going on there. So now we will move into our presentation from our speaker, Mr. Donovan J. Rolle, who is a nationally recognized fitness expert, certified personal trainer, CDC recognized diabetes prevention program lifestyle coach, and behavioral change specialist with over 2 decades of experience transforming lives through movement, mindset, and motivation. He's a proud graduate of Edward Waters College in Jacksonville, Florida, where he earned his bachelor's degree in accounting, graduating magna cum laude in the year 2000. Jay's commitment to excellence is carried over into every area of his life, from the classroom to the fitness floor. As a proprietor of Jay Fitness, Jay has empowered hundreds of individuals to pursue holistic health, merging physical activity with mental clarity, spiritual growth, and nutritional awareness. A lifetime advocate for community wellness, he is the creator of Sun, Sand, and Sweat, a dynamic fitness experience powered by the vibrant rhythms of Junkanoo music. Jay is also a Toastmasters Distinguished Speaker, Ironman triathlete, and author of 3 inspirational books, including 45 Lessons from a Middle-Aged Man. His engaging style blends science, story, and humor to motivate others and to move toward the best version of themselves. At tonight's meeting, Jay will guide us through an uplifting and practical conversation on how fitness fuels every aspect of wellness, from weight management to mental clarity, and most importantly, to leaving a lasting legacy of health. So I know we're all excited to hear this presentation, Jay. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and thank you all for being a part of this Zoom presentation. As I go through my presentation, if you have any questions, feel free. You don't have to wait till the end. I would like for it to be interactive. So if you have any questions, we'll make it happen, and hopefully we'll gain something from it. So before we start, I would like, as we start, like everyone just to close their eyes and imagine something. So let me tell you a story. She stood in front of a mirror, towel wrapped around her waist, kids already banging on the bathroom door. Breakfast still needed to be made, the school run was behind schedule, and the laundry pile had grown. But for 12 seconds, she stood still, just long enough to notice the fatigue in her eyes. Not just physical exhaustion, but emotional depletion. The kind that doesn't just go away with a nap. Her body was doing what it had to do, but her soul was whispering, I'm tired. She didn't just need to lose 12 pounds. She needed to gain herself back. And as she looked at her reflection, she didn't see someone who had let herself go. She saw a woman who had given so much to so many for so long that there wasn't much left for herself. I want you to open your eyes now. And I want you to ask yourself internally, how many of you can relate to that woman? I see. Well, only one camera up, so I only can be interacting with you, Mom. So me and you, this can be our presentation. I see Thompson gave a hand up. So I've met that person, I've coached that person, and we have to finally try get ourselves back, to put ourselves back on the list, not just for vanity purposes, but out of necessity. Because wellness isn't a reward, it is a requirement. I've seen too many men and women sit on the sidelines of their own lives because they thought that taking care of themselves was selfish. But let me tell you right now, your health is your gift to your family. Your health is your gift to your family. And I see someone on the call who, to me, coined the phrase that you must be your own health advocate. Mm-hmm. So I see Melissa, I took your phrase just now. So I want to talk about physical fitness, and it isn't just about abs, it is about your access, your ability to be fully present, to have the energy to serve, to have the energy to play, to have the energy to protect, to have the energy to provide, and the energy to pray. You have to pour into your family without being empty yourself. A healthy you blesses everyone you love. A healthy you even bless those you really don't care that too much about. When you feel better, you think clearer, and you lead more with compassion and less with fatigue. And your family gets the best version of you, not the leftover and burnt out version of you. Before we get into the minutia of what physical fitness relates to overall health, I'd like to ask you this question. And I guess we can unmute one at a time or put it in the chat. I want you actually to think about it and answer it to yourself, or answer it. What would your family gain from a more energized, healthier, and more vibrant you? What would your family gain from a more energized, healthier, and more vibrant you? Write it down, text it out, put it in your phone, answer it here. I don't want to just be a rhetorical question. I want you to think about it, digest it, and see where it takes you. All right?
Better interaction and engagement for sure.
Mm-hmm. Good. Let's just say dinner every night. That's sitting down to eat dinner, or that means you're preparing dinner, Melissa. What's
Probably both.
Okay.
Yes, I would say that it's both. So it's probably, that old school family time.
Yeah.
When you come home from work and you could prepare dinner and you could talk about your day, and the kid almost gone to college now, so they ain't gonna be no sit down and help with homework.
No.
But I
like a Sunday dinner every day.
Right. What I miss for me is that evening family time. But now you come home and you're like, you need to take a nap before you do anything.
Yes. So thank you for sharing. And as I do with all my presentations, I like to start first and foremost to, when we talk about wellness, dispel one myth right out of the bat. And that is, slim does not equal fit. Slim does not equal fit. We can have an exterior that showcases physical well-being and be dying on the inside. That's why it's important to get your regular checkups and also be mindful of your nutritional and mental health, spiritual well-being. And these things, along with physical activity, have a symbiotic relationship in ensuring your optimum health. Physical fitness is just one component, and it's the spark, to me, the catalyst, the activity that goes into every area of your life. I always say it's the yin and the yang. Whenever I'm more active, more present, more intentional about my wellness, my physical wellness, I get more mental clarity. My mood is better. Anyone else's mood is better after they work out? Not just doing the workout when you want to curse your trainer and be like, why are you doing this? But I mean, like after you finish, be like, whoo, anyway.
You don't want to do it, but after you do it, you feel so much better.
Yes. And so we'll talk about that. So sometimes you just got to drag yourself through the workout for yourself, the same way you drag yourself through family activities, the same way you drag yourself out the bed, in the traffic, to work and from work. So we must also be mindful and display the discipline needed to drag ourselves, to be present for ourselves, to make sure we work out for we could be better for everyone. When you move, you shift. When your body moves, your mind moves. And when you move, your mood moves. We all feel better after workout. Let me ask you this question. I have a prize. Let me see. How many hours are in a day?
Is that a trick question?
No trick. I just want to know how much
Not
hours
enough
in a day.
for sure. Not enough. Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Okay. How many of us work out on a regular routine? It doesn't have to be daily, 3 to 4 times a week. I'm definitely looking for the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Okay, 1.
3 days.
Okay. 3 to 4 times a week.
3 to 4 times a week for me.
3
too.
days.
3 days for me.
Yeah, but 3, that's 4. We have put 19, 18 people on, that's put 4 people. So
4 days for me.
okay. Now we cooking. Because oftentimes when I ask this and people say they aren't able to do it, it comes down to two things most of the time. They say, Jay, I don't have the money. Oh, 6 times. Oh man, I gotta
That's
come
a
down
champion.
to Eleuthera. I gotta come down to Eleuthera. Right? Jay, I don't have the money. Or Jay, I don't have the time. And when I hear that, that's why I ask how many hours in the day, because all you need to do is work it for 45 minutes to an hour a day, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. And 1 hour is 4% of your day. 1 hour is 4% of your day. And you're doing this 3 to 4 times a week. So when you say you don't have the time, who else are you making time for? I know I don't want you all to unmute the mic, but I don't care where you at. Let the people think you're crazy. I want you to repeat after me. I am worth 4% of my day.
I am worth 4% of my day.
I know some of y'all ain't saying because people are wrong. Say it louder now. I am worth 4% of my day.
I am worth 4% of my day.
All right, all right, all right. So I want us to be mindful of, I want to focus on 3 words as it relates to our physical fitness, being the foundation to our overall wellness. 3 core principles I would like to focus on. 1 is consistency, the 2nd is discipline, and the 3rd is belief. Consistency, discipline, and belief. And I'll get through these as quickly as possible. Ms. Storr told me I had like 52 minutes to speak to you ladies tonight and gents tonight, so I'll try and wrap it up in about 25. All right? Before we go on, I'd like to actually highlight 5 key components to your overall wellness. That's cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, and body composition. When we talk about cardiovascular endurance, we're talking about, we all know, going for brisk walk, jogging, cycling, swimming, those sort of things to get your heart rate up, get your lungs moving so you can be more vibrant and whatnot. And the recommendation is for just 150 minutes per week if you're doing moderate exercise per week, not per day. I always like to say Rome was not built in a day. So if you're going from the couch to workout, just get started. And remember, your goals may differ from other goals. When we think about muscular strength, we're talking about push-ups, squats, resistant band workouts, help you carry things and move things with more confidence. So I always say, you know, if you're fit or not, you got to be able to at least carry the groceries from the car now. You know, if you're huffing and puffing, taking the groceries to and from the store, well, at least do the parking boy now, but from the car to the house, we really got to start working on our well-being, all right? And then there's muscular endurance, how much reps we can do an activity, body weights, more like circuit, which is my favorite type of workout. And then there's flexibility, the one that I struggle the most with. You know, the movement around each joint. Good ways to do this is through stretching, yoga, dynamic warm-ups, keeps the joint healthy. And you should stretch. You should stretch before every workout, but even on your off days, you should do some form of stretching and meditation. But when you work out, I want you to be mindful that you need to warm up first, stretch, then engage in that activity, then cool down and stretch afterwards. Stretching before gets the muscles ready for the activity that you have planned, and stretching afterwards helps reduce some of the soreness and increase flexibility, which would help decrease the injury, which would help with injury prevention. And one more thing. Let's stop being a slave to the scale. Let's stop. I wish I could get people just to throw their scale away. Like I wish I could get people to just throw their scales away and stop going on it every morning and stop being, oh my God, I only moved this much or that much. Yes, the scale is a tool to use to measure our weight loss, but the scale does not take into account inches lost, the muscle you build, or the confidence you gain from starting a physical activity. And oftentimes that scale could be the Debbie Downer and cause us to be like, this ain't making no sense. I started to work out, I adjusted my eating, and this scale ain't moving. Meanwhile, you know you feel better. You're more pleasant to be around, and your clothes fitting better. So let's be mindful of those things. And it doesn't reflect
Yeah, the oil
the sleep improvement. Go ahead. Someone was saying something that was an accident.
No, go ahead. I think it was an accident.
Okay. So now I want to talk about one of the core principles, consistency. Consistency is the secret to momentum. Now let's say up front, consistency is not perfection. If you're waiting to feel ready every day, I have myself tell you now, in the Bahamian vernacular, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't. I don't feel like working on all the times that I do. And we have to remember that your 100% is not always 100%. So some days the best you could do is 40%. Some days the best you could do is 30%. Some days you have to say, you know what, buddy, I really need to rest. So we have to be mindful, but that's why we have to set schedules that we can live up to and maintain. So when we have in moments of, I need to stop, I don't feel like going, then you remember that your commitment to yourself. You know, remember, baby steps are still steps. So don't mind someone who's lifting so much more than you, or walking so much longer than you, so much miles, or even our good friend in Luther who's doing 6 days, you say only on 2 days. You know, you have to be mindful that your mission, your goal is different, and you might be starting from someplace different. Martin Luther King said it best for me. You don't have to leap, you just have to move. He said, if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But by all means, just keep moving. So just be mindful. How much has ever started a workout? And like within 2 weeks, we ain't doing that workout no more. I can raise down. Since you only want to raise down, I can raise both of them.
And we need to raise our feet too, I think.
Well, you know I was going to raise mine, but I ain't that flexible. 2 weeks, I must start 2 days and didn't fulfill it. But it's important that we're not alone. You're not a failure. You're just human. And it's oftentimes, so sometimes you just need an accountability partner. You might need a trainer like me, or you may need to be more realistic at what the time frames you set your goals for. But this wellness journey, it has its peaks and valleys. Some days are better than others. So don't be so hard on yourself. I want you to move with empathy. Let me tell you a quick story about someone I trained. She started only walking about 5 minutes per day. And after 1 month, she started walking for about 30. And after that, she was jogging. Now, she always just say, I jogging, my jog is your walk. But you have to remember, this is your journey. So you started off walking, now you started off jogging. And now she's run in 5Ks. And therefore, I have to plug my 5K that's coming up on June 21st. 5K to Jerry. I look forward to seeing you. Melissa's going to be there. Tennille is going to be back in town, is going to make it happen. And Miss Storr says she's going to get a personal record at this 5K. Right, Miss Storr? Right? So it's a scientific fact that regular physical activity helps regulate blood sugar, improve sleep, and reduce anxiety by increasing dopamine levels in the brain. Even moderate movement can boost your mood. So start where you are. And also remember, once again, Rome was not built in a day. And I think we need to treat our workouts like how we treat our appointments with them. The doctor appointment, the time to be here on Zoom tonight. You have to put it into your calendar. Let your body know, let everyone know you mean business about you. Your wellness is non-negotiable. Start stacking good habits. Some days you may think, you know what? I'm watching TV. I'm going to do 10 squats after every commercial. Or every time I get out of the room, I'm going to just do some arm raises. Small steps. This is going to have the snowball effect and help you on your wellness journey. Every step, every moment counts. And sometimes you just have to put just simple check marks that you got things done. Do not underestimate the small wins. Remember, and I think we have to be mindful of this. Oftentimes, I hear people talk about, you know what? I didn't lose 2 pounds. I didn't lose 3 pounds. I didn't lose 5 pounds. you didn't put on this weight in one day. So you're not going to lose it in one day. And the recommended healthy weight loss is 1 to 2 pounds a week. And remember, man, Jay, my knees hurting, my back hurting, so I really can't exercise. But 1 pound of weight loss relieves about 4 pounds of pressure on your knees and ankles. 1 pound of weight loss relieves about 4 pounds of pressure. Okay? So be mindful that some of these things will help you along the way. So if you can't pound on the road, get a bike. Find the ocean. Walk in the ocean. Find something soft to mitigate those sort of things. Now, I would like to talk about discipline. Discipline is the distance between your goals and your reality. Because oftentimes, motivation is flaky. We can hear some music. You know me, I come in there, you play that rocky music, I ready to go. Eye of the Tiger. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all might be old enough for that, man. Y'all might be too young to know, but Eye of the Tiger and getting ready to start moving. But I need that. Once I get that, but some days, that's just the motivation you need. But motivation is sometimes flaky. One day you feel like running. The next day, you might feel like running to the fridge, running away from your trainer, just running away. You know what I mean? So we have motivation can be the spark, you know, but the light the flame, but discipline is what adding the logs to the fire to keep things going. Discipline shows up when you don't feel like it. It's the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Discipline doesn't care if it's cold. Discipline doesn't care if it's hot. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, happy, sad, spouse do this, children do that, boss do that. Discipline doesn't care if it's raining. Let me share a secret with you guys that I do. Just to make sure I stay disciplined to what I need to do. Whenever it's raining, if I'm home or I'm just finished with my day, I go for a jog in the rain. So I built up the callus in my mind that if you're going jogging in the rain, the next time you don't feel like we're gonna be, I already being in the rain, I go in again. So if the rain didn't stop me, you know, I'm not gonna let the thought, I say the thought of weakness in my mind stop me. And let's go. Rain don't get you sick. So let's stop that, because bathing don't get you sick. If you bathe with your clothes on and keep them on and then go sit in air conditioned, you can get sick. So they in the rain. Yeah, the water's lower, the body temperature somewhat, but rain is not gonna get you sick. Run, dry off, hold it fresh, hydrate, and then it's going to be all right. I'm not recommending for everyone, but that's just something I do to make sure I keep things going for me. So how many of us, let me see some more emojis now, have ever hit a snooze button before waking up? Okay, you won't have to put up your hand. I say the laugh gave it away. The laugh gave it away. Okay, some of you didn't hit the snooze button. How many of you didn't even cut on the alarm to give you opportunity to hit the snooze button? You know, that's the thing. The difference isn't that discipline never hits the snooze button. It's that even when you hit it, you eventually get up. And discipline is a transferable skill. The same discipline you use to excel in your relationships, the same discipline you use to excel on your job, the same discipline you use to excel at church, the same discipline you use to excel in these various clubs and nonprofit organizations, is the same discipline you can use to excel and help you on your wellness journey. Mr. your hand is raised for a question, or?
She was
No,
making
you
a
asked the
confession.
question. Yes. You said, who hit the snooze buzzer? But
That's how long
That's
you hit it
me.
for? The hand's still up. Okay. Now
man, let me look.
I got it. So I just remember that discipline is saying yes to growth. Discipline is saying no to shortcuts. You know, fast money don't last. You know, I have a tagline I say with my workout: who wants easy? No one wants easy, man. At the moment you might think so, but we know when you work harder for something, more often than not, you take better care of it. Discipline is choosing effort over excuses. Discipline is keeping the commitment you made with yourself. Discipline is making your physical well-being a non-negotiable. Oftentimes, when we are new to our wellness journey, we allow people to make excuses for us why we shouldn't continue. So your workout time is your workout time. When people call you that, don't even pick up. Oh, hey, what's going on? I wake up now. And after doing that enough times, they're going to apologize. Like, oh, I forgot. This is the time you work out. And this is why I love morning workouts, because no one needs me at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. in the morning. No one. You should be home by then. If you're out, I don't know what to tell you. So oftentimes we do the evenings but we have to understand some of our jobs that allow us to leave on time. We have so much other responsibilities. I hear, I'm a morning person. But it was a time you wasn't a walking person either. You used to crawl, now you could walk. You weren't able to speak before. You weren't able to do the skills you learned before. So sometimes we have to become a morning person, because that's the only time where we could be consistently disciplined on our wellness journey. So another personal story, I trained for the Ironman. Those who may not know what an Ironman is, so it's like a 2.4 mile swim, immediately followed by, 150 mile bike, immediately followed by a 26.2 mile run. You got to put that point too, right? As many mornings, I didn't want to swim at 5 a.m., but I had a bigger goal and I was disciplined to my future self. We all, as we age, we realize, what I did in my 20s are going to affect me. I'm going to reap the benefit of that in my 30s. What I do in my 30s, I'm going to reap the benefit or the negative effect of that in my 40s. What I did in my 40s, so on and so forth. So some of us might be up there in age, but it's not too late to start on our journey of activity as opposed to inactivity. Study shows that regular exercise improves cardiovascular and muscular health and enhances decision-making. So sometimes it gets rid of that brain fog when it's hard for you to make a decision because you're just tired, babe. You're just tired and you fed up with this, that, and everyone. It also increases the attention span and it increases your stress tolerance. So oftentimes I tell people, go exercise, man. You wouldn't snap as much. Practical tools to your discipline. Create a routine. So if you work out in the morning, set out your clothes from the night before. And this isn't just for workout. I find this works getting ready for school, getting kids ready for school, getting ready for work. What you do in the evening, planning in the evening helps for a better day the next day. Writing down your schedule helps for a better day. Eliminate mental negotiations. Stop saying, should I, and start saying, I will. Or, you know what, I can do that later. I can do that tomorrow. Why put off for tomorrow? Y'all know these sayings, man. Why put off for tomorrow what you can do today? This just doesn't apply to telling the children clean the room. This applies to all aspects of our lives. And partner up. Sometimes we need an accountability partner. Someone to when we say, I feel like that, they say, let's go. Not when you say, today is a rough day, they say, girl, I'm so glad you called and tell me that. Let's stay home too. No, we don't want that person. Even that might be your close friend. That's your close friend for other stuff. That's your close friend for gossip. That's your close friend when you want to do some other things. But when it comes to wellness, you might have to put your bestie aside and find someone else who will say, hey, we made an agreement. We had a contract. This is our workout time. Discipline is like compound interest. The more you invest, the more the results will multiply. And remember, if you start slow, just start, but just start. Everything is a process. Now I am on, gotta wrap up, to belief. Belief, the power that begins and sustains strength. Because if we don't believe it, I have a saying, the mind would not achieve, the body would not achieve what the mind does not believe. I think Henry Ford had the quote that says, the person who say they can and the person that says they can't are both correct. So if you're going through the workout, putting your plan together that I've failed so many times before, this is not going to work out, guess what? It's not going to work out. So you have to believe in you. You have to believe in you so others can believe in you, because people see it. People say you're on serious this. You're on serious, man. You tell me this before, this pie in the sky, or with that. You're on serious. So I'm not even going to respect you in your journey. You know, I'm going to bring this bad food in the home for you to eat, because you're on serious. Once you show them you're serious, people will be more respectable of your plans. So get rid of, I'm too old, I failed before, I too big, I don't have it anymore. Something got to carry you, Jay. You know, get rid of all of those type of stuff. And remember, we all have to look foolish at some point. You know, so sometimes we don't want to work out the gym or do certain things because we're not sure we're going to look. But you have to put yourself through those difficult times to build belief and consistent discipline. And sometimes you have to talk to yourself and say, you know what if I succeed this time? What if because after every failure, you're not starting from the beginning. You're starting from a stronger place. You're starting with more information. You're starting from a place that can get you over that hump. And I promise you, if you don't start, you will be in a worse position. So let's start. There's no such thing as standing still. Either you're moving forward or you're going backwards. Belief is the seed. That has to be a full-grown tree. So just plant the seed. You have to believe that your body can heal. You have to believe that your energy can return. And you have to believe that your best days are ahead of you and not behind you. So I want us to repeat after me. Repeat after me again. Let the people hear you who's listening, or if you're in the car, wherever you are. My body was made to move.
My body was made to move.
Since I can hear you, I need you to say it a little. My body was made to move.
My body was made to move.
I will become stronger every day.
I will
become stronger every day.
I deserve to feel good.
I deserve to feel good.
Man, say that a little. I want you to say that one louder.
I deserve to feel good. I like that one.
I deserve to feel good.
See, that's the only one I believe so far. I believe
I deserve to feel good.
Yeah, feel good. That's what I talk about. Okay, let me wrap it up. So if you have any questions, I want us to, just remember that we spoke about consistency, and that's how you build momentum. Through discipline is how you transform, and through belief is how you build your future. So let's get away with some of this narratives that I'm going to start on Monday. I'm going to start when the kids do that. I'm going to start after vacation. I'm going to start. No better time to start than now. You know what I mean? So let's start. Start where you are. Use what you have and do what you can. Thank you very much.
Awesome.
Very nice presentation. Yes, very motivating. If anyone has any questions, you can either open your mic and ask it directly, or again, if you don't have that capability, you can put it in the chat and we'll read it out for you. No questions?
I have a comment, very inspirational, extremely inspirational. I loved it. Well, you can come over to Eleuthera to meet the person who walks 6 days a week. And that week you'll be here, I will walk the 6 days. Although
That's
I do from time to time.
Once you have some pineapple and coconut tart.
Ooh.
Okay,
I might even come for that.
So come for our prayer breakfast on Saturday, and you may get some of those things.
Okay. See, I just can't come for one day and see, because I believe in my I work too hard to die young. My anniversary is on Sunday, so I can't make this Saturday.
No boy. Mm-mm.
I can't go to woman for sweetness on Saturday and come back. So I have a little bit of, I have good mental clarity now. So the next day.
It sounds like a family trip.
Now you're talking. Now you're talking.
That's the perfect invitation.
Yes.
I also agree with Jackie that it was very good, and it was a very real presentation. I mean, we hear it all the time, and I'm one of those people. I'm a slave to the scale every day. I'm going on, and I'm like, oh God, the scale isn't moving, and I keep telling myself to stop going on it, but yet the next day I find myself on it again. I think I need to just take it out of the bathroom or not make it so accessible.
Right.
Because it is demotivating. I'd be like, well, I'm not seeing any difference, but sometimes people will say to me, oh, you look like you lost some weight, and I'll be like, no, the scale isn't moving, but clearly things are moving, but just not moving, I guess, where or how I wanted to see it move. And sometimes clothes fit differently. You wear something one time and it fits one way, and you wear it again, it'd be like, boy, it's a little bit more comfortable this time, or but that scale is not moving.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we have to learn to find the other things that keep us moving, keep us driven to keep moving. And the scale is definitely not always that thing that's going to get us to do that.
To me, the scale is one of the last tools that I use when we speak about our wellness journey, especially as relates to weight loss, because and it becomes so demotivating, and then you become so hard on yourself, and we take away the compassion for ourselves that we give to so much other people just because of that one thing that, of course, we have in the bathroom, someplace we have to go every day, multiple times a day. So let me pop on this. You know what I mean? Maybe that was the time of day. So it's on your mind. Let me go back. So yeah, man, the scale, we need it. It's a tool, but it really should be our tertiary tool.
Yeah.
But our primary tool.
Sometimes the scale can be your conscience. When you see it going in the wrong direction, it can pull you back in. I gotta do something about this. So I find it sometimes to be a conscience, going on the scale and realizing that it's not going in the right direction. I feel like I gotta do something about that.
That's usually when you've gone far out of the range, though.
But what I find is that when we go far out the range, we don't like the scale. We don't even use the scale no more.
Yeah.
When we find like the scale ain't making no sense. I need to adjust the sensor.
I call 2 pounds. I mean, that's conscience. That's like slapping me in my face. Catch yourself. Don't you have that snack because you got those 2 pounds.
That's right.
Well, I always look at the fact if I've lost 5 pounds, I go in the food store and look at 5 pounds of meat. And I say, if I've lost that makes me feel good.
Yes.
Because looking at 5 pounds sometimes feels like, oh my God, I've done a whole month and I haven't lost any. I've only lost 5 pounds. But when you look at 5 pounds, or look at 5 pounds of sugar, 5 pounds of something, then you realize that 5 pounds is really a whole lot of weight to have lost.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thought too.
Amen to that.
That's a good way to look at it. Yes, thank you for sharing that.
That's probably meant you did it the right way, because you're scheduled to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's the safe way to do it. That's what's recommended. But oftentimes, because of the weight loss drugs and television and the starvation that we did with ourselves, we don't appreciate the value in day in and day out being consistent. That means we're losing a pound a week. And it's 52 weeks in a year. So if you're on that track, you will lose. How many of us have a weight loss goal of more than 60, 70 pounds in a year? And that's why we have to be kind to ourselves. But because we try to get 10 and 20 off in this month, and when we fail at it, when we're unsuccessful, we get discouraged and be like, well, You know, I getting older now, metabolism slowed down. I guess it's not possible, you know, instead of, while all those things may be true, results have to follow work. It doesn't matter what you do, results follow consistent effort. In any area of your life, results follow consistent effort. Sometimes we plateau, sometimes it's slower for me, but I guarantee it, if you put in the work consistently, and the work, not what you're telling people what you're doing, what you know you're doing and not doing, the results would happen. And then sometimes we don't know some of the pitfalls we have. I think we all know how to recognize grease, but oftentimes we don't recognize sugar. And we don't realize the detrimental effect sugar has on our overall health as relates from a cellular point of view and as relates to weight. You know, I always tell people, when you read your labels, just remember 4 grams of sugar equals 1 teaspoon. So when you're drinking that sweet drink or drinking that soda, if you see 40 grams of sugar in that soda, divide that by 4, that's 10 teaspoons of sugar. No one is putting 10 teaspoons. It's going to the sugar container and putting 10 teaspoons of sugar in their cup. I don't care if it's white, brown, agave, honey. No one is doing that.
So I feel like I know somebody who might do that, Jay.
No, sir.
Because it might not be a teaspoon, but you know, some people just go to that sugar bag with that big spoon and they making that tea. Like, come on.
It's just pour.
And pouring. They just, and it's not, a teaspoon is fine. But I've seen people go into the kitchen at work and get that spoon, and it's like almost look like a little tablespoon. It ain't quite a teaspoon, but it ain't quite a tablespoon, and they putting at least 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Wow. In one little cup.
Yeah, and they just mixing. So yes, it's very possible. People like sweet tea, and you're right. People love sugar.
Yeah. And I put it to individuals. I challenge anyone. Keep your same sleeping regimen, keep your same workout regimen, whether it's existent or non-existent. Keep your same eating habits. If you cut out sugar, you would lose weight. If you only adjust that for 1 month, I guarantee weight loss. Do the exact same things you're doing. If sugar is a major component in your diet and you cut out sugar, you will have weight loss.
Now, is that added tables? Like when you say cut out sugar, do you mean cut out the sugary drinks, cut out the snack, or just cut out adding the sugar to your coffee?
No, just cut out sugar at all. So definitely from adding sugar to stuff, and then be mindful of sugary products. Okay. You know what I mean? So no donuts, no cookies, no cake, you know, those sort of things. Get rid of
that's like no snacking.
Yeah, I mean, fruits is a snack.
Fruits.
That's natural sugar. So I don't.
So no processed foods then, no processed
definitely
sugar.
no processed foods.
Okay.
You know? So just start where you are. This is a community here. Be held accountable. I guess you could create another WhatsApp group or something. Let's just be held accountable. I know it's like 10,000 of them.
Right.
But this one's strictly for workout motivation. Any other questions? If you need to reach me, you can reach me at 359-1156. Email me at jfitness242@gmail.com. That's JAY Fitness. If you don't feel like sharing it, and then we could have a conversation.
Is J Fitness a place? Is there a place called J Fitness? Or
no, yeah, I am the vessel. I am the temple.
Okay.
So I do more personal training or training. So I come to you, I meet you at the gym, or I do more corporate training. So I go there.
Oh, okay.
So if you want more, and I also have a fitness app for those of you. So our good friend Indy Lucia, if she ever say, you know what, I have some weights, I want to do some things with these weights, where I can set up an app and send the worker to her.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I need to answer you back on the app too.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome. Don't forget to tell them to follow you on social media.
Sorry. Yes.
And also remind them of your walk, the days of your walk.
So you can find me on social media too as JFitness242. That's JAY Fitness242 on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and LinkedIn. I think I do more Donovan on LinkedIn than than J Fitness. But even with that being said, there's a 5K, the J Way, coming up on June 21st, 6:30 in the morning. Part proceeds goes to the MD Cares Foundation, the Jenny Dean Cancer Support Group, and to Reach Bahamas. And one thing is called 5K the J-Way because we do things slightly different. We break up the monotony of just going up and coming back. We have some fun surprises and unique things on the route. So you could be, you know what, I'm gonna have fun. It's a family atmosphere. You don't have to be ready to go for your PR. It's more of a race for us to have fun, a race to have joy, a race, an event to encourage movement and to be around like-minded individuals. And there's always a sexy medal for all finishers. We even give prizes out on the route. Even on the road, you're getting things.
Oh, Lord, they come in.
Sounds like you need to live stream this first in Eleuthera so we can see what's going on.
I can do my best. I can do my best. I can do my best. I can use Melissa. I can let Melissa sort that out for me.
Well, I could tell you once they hear things, they come in.
But say no more. I can make sure I forward it to you, and then we can get them out there. All right?
Yes. Okay, so we're coming to our wrap-up time. So unless anyone has any other questions, comments, things they want to share, I'd like to say thank you to you, Donovan J. Rolle, for your time spent today. Very motivational, very inspiring. Hopefully it'll get a lot of us off our toughs and out moving one thing or another. And yeah, I think it'll, help us to get rid of those old mindsets. A little bit at a time is better than nothing at all. And I mean, one thing that really, I think, hit home for me was 52 weeks in a year, 1 pound a week. That's something.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yeah, Rochelle, that was good.
Yeah, I really like thinking of it that way. And because I guess we like you say, we like to see big numbers at a time, but 52 in a year is a big number.
Yes.
That's a huge number. So if you could achieve that 1 pound a week, I mean, gee, that would be awesome. So that's my goal. Good. So thank you for that. For everybody else, remember all the upcoming events during this month at the Cancer Caring Center, at the ball. We hope to see you at one or more of those events. And we'll see you next month at our meeting, same time, same place for the rest of you. So everybody have a wonderful evening. And thank you once again, Jay. And good luck on your walk.
Thank you for having me. What you mean good luck? You in Nassau, Bahamas? You mean see you at the...
See you at the...
I can have you... I can put you over, sign up, so I can drop all the swag bags to you.
Okay.
Be over the sign up process.
All right, that's a deal. Right. All right.
See you later.
You all take care. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Have a good one. Awesome job, Jay.
Thank you.
Night, everyone.
Thank you.